Joining us in studio this week, he is a 12-year-old NASCAR Youth Series driver, and his father is his crew chief as well. We are joined in studio by Tyler Carnevale and Tom Carnevale. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. How are you tonight?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome to have you here. It's been a lot of fun watching you and talking with your mother over the last couple of close to a year now. You guys were in Darlington last year, 2 years ago. They all blend into one. When I was down there, I tried to get over to the, I think you guys were racing over at Mannheim, the grounds right outside of Darlington. It's good to have you here. So let's jump right into things. I'm going to ask the first question to you, Tyler. How did you catch the racing bug?
So I used to race, I had Lightning McQueen battery-powered cars that we used to drive around our street and stuff. And one day we saw an article in the newspaper about Connor Gross from Middleton who raced quarter midgets. And so my older brother, it was like my mom was talking about getting it for him, and I wanted to do it too. And so we went down to Little T Speedway in Thompson, Connecticut, and we tried it, and I loved it, and my brother loved it too.
And like anything in racing, you get hooked in, and it's a never-ending battle, that's for sure. So who's some of your favorite race car drivers to watch on Sundays or Saturdays or Fridays?
Last year it was Kevin Harvick, but he retired, so I really haven't picked a new main driver to follow. That's
all right. You got plenty of time to see how it all plays out and go from there. So tell us a little bit about running in the NASCAR Youth Series. You get a lot of travel all around here, huh? Tell us a little bit about it.
We go all around the U.S. Last year we went to Darlington and won a national race there. We also went, in previous years we've gone to Daytona at the start of the year and stuff, but that's gone this year.
I hear there's a little trip to Las Vegas coming up, huh?
Yeah.
So kicking off the season out in Las Vegas. Do you race right at the track, or are you racing at the bull ring out there?
We're not sure yet. We haven't been out there. I know that it is at the Speedway.
Yep.
Just not sure of the logistics yet.
So, Tom, obviously kind of being the crew chief and whatnot, talk to us a little bit about some of the travel logistics, how you might have to get cars out there. What goes into that?
Well, we have a 40-foot RV and a 24-foot trailer. Tyler will race 4 to 5 cars at the NASCAR Youth Series. On our regional series, we'll race usually 4 cars because there's a car that we race that typically is not enough people race in it. So usually that's how we travel. We're very fortunate that we have a great partner in 3R Enterprises and Casey Watson, who is taking our cars from Florida to Las Vegas for us. So for the first time ever, we're going to fly to Las Vegas. So we're not going to get used to that, but it's a great opportunity for us right now to travel that way. But most of the time, it's with the RV. And usually we take either a lot of the family or everyone. It depends. Like last year, we went on a 3-week racing trip. It was just myself and the 3 kids, my daughter, who's 8, and my other son, who's 14. We just left for 3 weeks. We raced in Pennsylvania. We went to Indianapolis. We raced at Watkins Glen. It was great.
What's your favorite track been so far?
Darlington.
The old lady in black.
Too tough to tame, no?
So, you guys want to jump in and ask either Tom or Tyler something about their little career?
Yes, so what's your favorite part of, obviously driving is everybody's favorite. What's your next favorite part of racing besides driving?
The friends you make.
Yeah?
It's, I've met some really good friends that I made at racing.
So a lot of these guys, especially the last couple of years, you think of William Byron, who won the Daytona 500. He started out racing on a simulator, computers, whatnot.
iRacing.
Yeah, iRacing, yeah.
They used to trick or treat too at Mr. Hedrick's house.
Yep.
I think, yeah, so gotta be persistent,
That's
right?
funny. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Have you done any of the iRacing or any of the computer racing? No. So how do you keep the bug going during the week? You know, obviously with school and everything like that. How do you kind of keep your mindset, you know, towards the next race coming up?
Working on the cars, really. That's really all I do.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Well, just to kind of follow what Paul said, you know, it's obviously the driving's the best part, but Paul can tell you it's the friends you make, right? You spend a lot of time with these people. A lot of it's going to be half the fun as you and your dad hanging out in the garage, and then mom's making grilled cheese sandwiches for you. You got to come in now. It's late. Just a little bit more later, Mom. We're almost done, right? I mean, to me, that's the stuff you're going to remember down the road. You're going to win some races, and who knows where your career takes you. But when you look back, this is the stuff you got to enjoy the most, you know?
Yeah. We've spent a lot of time. There was a couple of years where when my daughter was born, she didn't really travel that well, and for a lot of times it was either me and the two boys or just Tyler and I, and those are very special moments that I remember. We made 5 trips out to Indianapolis to race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and every time it's a memorable trip, and we always have a great time.
Yeah, you probably have a special place you eat along the way. Hey, with that little diner, let's go there when we get out to India, or whatever, right? Or it's just, that's to me the fun part of being involved in racing.
One of the biggest things is making memories here, you know what I mean?
Absolutely,
Because we're not
you know.
making money, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What do they say in racing? How do you make a small fortune and start out with a large one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you become a millionaire, you start as a billionaire.
Yeah, right.
my
That's
God.
about it.
So you've gotten how many wins now in your time?
We can't
A
even
lot?
count them. Yeah.
Oh, so a lot of
80
trophies.
maybe?
What?
80 maybe?
Wow.
I don't even know. Yeah, this is a lot.
Challenging Jeff Gordon's record there, about 84, 85 there.
I mean, at the national level, he's got one. At the regional level, he's got a whole bunch, and then club level a lot too. So we have the houses. We had our house redone about a year ago, and the contractor came up to us. He's like, "There's like a trophy in like every room. This is literally like 500 trophies in the house."
Yeah, so what'd you do on school vacation? I went to Vegas, come back, race, won a couple of races, and all that fun stuff. But that's the fun stuff, right? That's the stuff you think about. That's the stuff you're going to enjoy.
Yep.
And now, in the NASCAR U Series, what's the next level at this point? Obviously, you're pretty much dominating. It sounds like you're doing well. So, what's the next challenge to move up?
Maybe big midgets.
Okay. And now, is this all pavement and dirt, or a little of both?
What we do right now is pavement.
Okay.
So they do have it on dirt, but we never really have done it. Okay. In terms of the next level up, in terms of big midgets, we haven't decided whether we're going to do pavement or dirt. So, there's other options too.
Let me talk you into pavement,
Yeah,
because that locally,
a lot of people
that's
trying
what
to get us to
that's what
drive NEMA lights.
The big
yeah,
part is,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
And that's the NEMA light guy right there.
yeah. We've had people talk to us about that. So, but we originally weren't going to come back and race quarter midgets this year, and our partner, our friend Casey Watson, convinced us to. So we've made a commitment to doing the best we can this year, and we're going to race a lot. He's not going to play baseball this year. He's not going to play spring hockey or anything like that. It's going to be racing all the time.
So locally, you mentioned a lot of local wins, local, start. Thompson, it sounds like you've raced at a lot. Talk to us about not only Thompson, but maybe any of the other local tracks you race at around here.
Well, Thompson is a really nice track, really well maintained, and the kids there are really nice. And then there's another track about an hour away from Thompson.
Silver City?
Yeah, Silver City.
Yep.
And they have like 200 cars there. It's a lot. And Thompson only has like 50. So it's really fun racing at both tracks.
So for the listeners who might not know a lot about the schedule and what goes into a race day, talk to us. Tell us what a race day is like for you and maybe for your dad too.
Well, wake up at like 8 a.m., driver's meeting 8:30. That's where they say like what's happening in the day and stuff. And then probably 9 o'clock you start heat races or practice depending on where you're racing, and then it just keeps going from there. And then after heats you'll have like a 30-minute break for like lunch and fix cars if you crashed or something, and then go into the lower mains and then A mains.
So as somebody who, being a race car driver, you're an athlete, what do you eat throughout the day? Do you have snacks? Do you have a big meal?
It's 12. Come on, it's Fritos and Coke and
Gummy bears and
come on, man.
whatever he can get his hands on when I'm not watching. Snack Shack.
So obviously, so that's the next level. What's the 5-10 year? Obviously, you're committed. I mean, this is a family commitment. You guys got the motorhome, the trailer. You've already traveled over the United States. You're obviously dedicated. You've got determination. You obviously have the desire. So, do you want to go full body stock cars? You want to stay open wheel? Say 18 years old. Where would you want to be racing?
We haven't really decided yet. It's
kind of see what you kind of like, what you excel at, what you feel comfortable doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now for you, Tom, talk to us about your day, at the racetrack as more of the crew chief, the engineer, the whatever role you have.
I just get up early in the morning, get the cars out there. We've spent a lot of time during the week getting the cars prepared, so I'll go through a checklist and make sure that everything on the car is tight so, that he's safe in there. I just want to make sure that's the most important thing. And then get him out there, make sure he's awake and ready to go, and, coach him up, and we'll get him on the track. And, we don't really ask a lot of people for help. We get some help from my older son now, but with 4 cars, 5 cars, it's a lot of work in a day. And it's actually a lot easier when we go to the national races because they go over a few days. Like when we go to our regional series, it's, or we race in Thompson, it's a lot faster pace. So if something happens, thank God he doesn't crash too many cars. So he's pretty skilled at staying away from that stuff. That saves us a lot of money and a lot of time.
Sure.
So, so usually we're just cleaning the tires, getting them ready to go for the next round, whatever it is. So, and usually he does a pretty good job of getting the cars qualified in a good spot. So that's the key thing.
Yes. So, talk about working in the shop a little bit. Like, I mean, I'm interested in that because it's like a lot of times the kids don't; they just drive. So, you like playing with the cars? You like turning the wrenches a little bit too?
My dad mostly takes off the parts, and then I clean them and stuff.
Yep.
And I'll give them back to him, and he puts them back on. And I also clean the tires.
With the scraping gun?
Yeah.
The heat gun?
Yeah.
And he mounts the tires too.
Yep.
He mounts almost all the tires.
So you're very involved. That's great.
So your brother raced or races still a little bit
Used
too?
to race.
Used to. What? And he's your older brother, by a couple of years. What was it like kind of learning from your older brother and going that route?
Got a smile here. So, can we say it on the air?
I didn't really learn much from him.
It was bad every time they raced in the same track together.
Well, as an older brother, we can't let our younger brother beat us. He probably tried harder to beat you, and you did to beat him than you did the competition.
I can't tell you how many times they're running 1 and 2, and I just said every single time I said they're smart enough not to do this again, and every time it happened.
Yeah.
Every time one tried to pass the other in the last couple of laps, and they always wanted to win. So
that's not
That's
surprising.
awesome.
Not surprising.
If you have a brother, we know that family. But it may bring a question you said earlier. When you're out in the truck, he's very good at avoiding wrecks and things like that, not wrecking race cars. That's obviously a skill. When you're on the track, is there something can you see a wreck unfolding ahead? Hey, these guys are going to wreck. I'm going to back off and let them wreck each other. And Darrell Waltrip always used to say, let the guys who are going to wreck each other. The engines are going to blow up. Then there's more room for me to operate. So sounds like you have enough sense that you see stuff happen. I'm going to kind of lay off and let this play out.
Yeah, I can see stuff happen in front of me and if they're gonna wreck or not.
Yeah.
But I don't want to send it in there if I'm gonna wreck, with them.
Yeah.
So, but I try and avoid the wrecks, but also get to the front at the same time.
Yeah, right. This is
what else do we try and avoid?
Yeah, exactly.
The wall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can't get track time or win when you're sitting in the pits and the car's beat up.
Yep.
So talk to us about the 2024 season. We obviously mentioned you're going out to Las Vegas in a couple of weeks. What else is on the docket in 2024 for you guys?
We're gonna try and run all the national races and some regional and club races too.
What are the national races for the year?
So we start off in Las Vegas, also Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Charlotte, Darlington, South Carolina, Kansas, Richmond. The last race of the year is in Sonoma, which that'll be one of those races where if we have something to play for, we'll go.
Right.
But
Yeah.
if we don't, we're not going to go across the country.
Yeah, right.
Last year was the first race of the year. So
Oh, you had to,
so there's a couple other spots too, but we're also going to race down in the south in a regional series down there. We're actually going to go to Florida in 2 weeks after Las Vegas, and go to North Carolina after that, and then really our Northeast series starts up here, and then we'll just kind of we're going to be in a lot of spots this year, and try to get as much racing as we can get this year.
So you obviously have some help or sponsorship from things along the way. Do you got any? Who's helping you besides Dad? Do you got any sponsors and friends, family who help you out? You want to thank?
CPG Motorsports, Dale Gross and Connor Gross. Casey Watson, he's a great help at Nationals and 3R Enterprises, and Baker Racing Engines. They make our engines, and they're really good.
I think he's already starting to talk like a real pro when it comes to the sponsorship.
You don't need no media.
Yeah.
Ready to roll.
Yeah.
So you guys also have a Facebook page if people want to learn a little bit about Carna Motorsports. Talk about that.
Carna Motorsports on Facebook. We need to really do a better job putting stuff on there. We post most of the stuff on my Facebook page, but we're going to make a better effort to put stuff on there this year. So
Cool. Anything else you want to let the listeners know about before we let you run?
No.
No. Well, hey, good job coming in here.
Yeah.
Great night, not only for your mom on the JV team beforehand, but Tom and Tyler coming in here for our show. We appreciate you guys, and just know you got news to share. You want to share news during the season, you win a race, you just dial me up and we'll get you on for a phone call or whatever the case may be. But a pleasure to have you guys in here, and good luck, and go kick butt out in Las Vegas.
Thank you.
awesome. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Thank you
So
for coming in. What a great interview. Thank you.
yeah, Tom and Tyler Carnevale joining us